All right, sounds good. Well, hello everybody. How you guys doing? No. Oh, here's Flo. Yeah, there's some people. Flo's here. Yeah, Darlene, Kendra, Guillermo. Yeah, there's several people here. Hey guys, how you doing?
Oh, that was the real Guillermo that time.
Oh, that was? Yes. All right. Yeah, they can hear us too. Well, let's say hi to everybody. So who did I see? So let's start from the top. Who I see? So hello, Kendra. How are you doing? I haven't seen Kendra. She hasn't been at Meepleville in a long time either. I haven't seen her up there. Yeah, you doing okay?
Yeah, that's what the internet takes sometimes.
Yeah, I know. That's true. And Darlene, I know she's busy making games, of course. And now that she's locked in, probably making a whole lot of games, right? So I'm sure she's probably doing that. And Flo was with us last week, so that's good to see her back again. Hello, Flo.
We'll have to ask Flo how her Zoom game went. She said she was going to have one scheduled for that Friday, I think, or Saturday maybe.
Oh, that's right. She did. Yeah. Brooke just joined us too. Hello, Brooke. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming in. I see Patty also is here too. So yeah, we got a few people. So yeah, I mean, just got the word down from the governor today that Nevada is now an official shutdown for 30 days.
Yep. I mean, that shelter at home, that's basically what we all have to be doing. So hopefully people listen and we get through this kind of thing.
Yeah, no kidding. Because this is something we really got to take serious. We really do. Oh, and look at that. Kendra says that Val says hi too. So yes, tell Val I said hi. I haven't seen her in so long. I miss her so much. Do you know who Val is, Grant? Val Flanagan? Val? No, that's not her name. Val Sparks, I think it is. Yes.
I know a couple different Valeries that have been through Meepleville.
We do have quite a few Valeries, don't we? Yeah.
We have a lot of people.
Yes, we do.
So I don't think so. Not off the top of my head, no.
Oh yeah, she's lovely. She was there right with me at the beginning, to help me open it together. Had meetings before and stuff. So yeah. So please, Kendra, tell Val I said hi. Great to see her. And Travis joined us. TJ's here. Oh, good. We got quite a few people.
And Travis, if by green screen you meant I went to Walmart and bought green fabric that is now pinned to my wall and draped across a ladder, then I have a great green screen, yes.
Yeah.
But as you can see, Tim, so you look at them all floating around, everything.
Oh, look at you, yeah.
You could be doing this too.
I could be, but I'm technically challenged, I guess would be polite, yeah. So, yes. Val, it's Val Poe now. She's married. Oh, congratulations, Val. So that's good that she got married. So yeah, it's good to see. We got some good people. But yeah, I miss Val, so please be great to see her again. But now for 30 days we're stuck in. I mean, I've been kind of stuck in as it is, doing stuff at home. How about you?
Yeah, like I said, I had to go set up something to do on Zoom last night with some other people. Because again, while my roommates are great, just as soon as you're being told you can't go do a thing, you're like, I want to go do anything but what I can do. And
I know, right?
Don't want to be stuck here. So yeah, like I said, we played a Zoom game last night, just get talking with other people, kind of thing. So even doing this again is nice to have a break and do something different.
It is. It's really good. And you know what? Everybody else too. We should really take this advantage this time to really, again, be connected with the ones at home, reconnect with people online through Zoom and other forms. Play some of those games that are on shrink wrap. That's what I've been doing. I've been going to the storage unit, grabbing some of my games out, and setting up my shelf of looks like a store in here. I got more games in shrink than out of shrink.
It's funny you say it, so I'm going to give a little sneak peek of a video that's coming up. In Jen and Steve's video, Steve talks about his shelf of shame, and I can only assume that those were games in shrink wrap, and that he is now starting to play through some of those games.
Oh, really?
I'll have to stay tuned to find out which one he actually opened up and started playing. But yeah, the fact that he has a whole shame shelf, I thought was amazing.
Yes. Yeah, and I see quite a few other people have joined us. I see your mother's joined us. Kevin from Berkey from Tabletoppers. He liked us too. I see he's here. Thank you, Kevin, for joining us, coming in. I wonder if there's a better way we can see about people, because all we get is like little notifications, right, that pop up at the bottom, people coming in.
And kind of froze. I was seeing those things pop up, and now I'm not seeing them anymore.
Yeah. Well, I see we got the shots of the store in the background, so that's good to see that. I myself haven't been up there for a while, so I need to go up and just check on things, see how things are out there now. So.
Yeah, assuming it's still there, kind of thing. I don't think the looting and the rioting has started yet, but you never know.
Yeah, let's hope not. Tasha just joined us too. Hello, Tasha. She came in as well. I see. So, yeah. So, well, yeah. So things have been good, and I know you've been good. Doing things and staying busy and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. But again, let's really be diligent, everybody, and only really go out if necessary. Let's really try to combat this thing, because this is the real deal. Isn't this strange how I wonder if there's these movies like Outbreak and Contagion, this is the real deal now.
Oh, absolutely. It's not to say that it wasn't expected. People knew this type of thing was a possibility, obviously. People had talked about it. And there's been other, especially throughout history, other large type of things like this. So it's not like this has never happened before. It just seems like, per certain people that we're not going to talk about, we might not have been as prepared for this one as we could have been.
Yes, I know. So it's good that we're getting prepared now, and it's good that it's not like something, unfortunately, people are dying. That's a sad part. But it's not like a deadly virus. So, we're fortunate that it's, it is what it is. But yeah, we need to be really careful. So let's all, be real careful doing this. So what about what people have been playing lately? What do you think people have been playing out there, Grant?
Well, let's. So we reached out to a couple of people, and a couple of different people had sent us videos on what they've been playing. So why don't we check out their video really quick, and then we'll come back and talk to chat more about what they've been playing.
Sounds good.
I'm Alex, and we've been playing Arkham Horror, the card game, Pandemic, Castles of Burgundy, Troyes, Clans of Caledonia, Wingspan, and Tapestry. And with my 4-year-old, we've been playing My First Orchard, Kerplunk, and Ghost Fightin' Treasure Hunters.
Hey, fellow board gamers. I'm really missing my Meepleville time, but I did get in a little bit of Teotihuacan and a little bit of Coal Baron with the family this week. Anyhow, I can't wait to see you all again once this is over. Stay safe, and have a great one.
Hey, it's Guillermo. This is Grant and Alex, and while we've been stuck inside all day, every day, for the past couple of days, we've been playing Just One, Cross Clues, Betrayal Legacy, Oceans, Mexica. Definitely all fun games. Totally try them out.
Hey everyone! During quarantine, I've been playing Visitor in Blackwood Grove and Altiplano. One is a bag builder about South America, the other one is about aliens. Can you guess which one's which?
Hey Meepleville, if you like Clue, play Awkward Guests. It's Clue on crack.
Hi, my name's Chris.
Hi, I'm Gloomhaven.
Nice to meet you. Looks like I'll be spending the next month with you.
Wow, a whole month? It's so gloomy where I come from. The sun only comes out once a year.
Nope, not currently. We're going to be spending lots of time. I've already played 5.
I've been playing The Crew, and it is fantastic.
Hi there, Meepleville fans. It's Crystal here, and what have I been playing? Well, a lot of digital games for the most part. I've been playing games on Board Game Arena, things like Coloretto, Can't Stop, King Domino, lots of games on Board Game Arena, and wow, they've been busy. I also played some games on Tabletopia, including Wingspan, which was a lot of fun. But honestly, the thing that's taking up the most of my time right now is this game. Are any of you obsessed with Animal Crossing like I am?
Hello friends of Meepleville, Ruel Gaviola here. These are the games that my family and I play while we stay at home and try to flatten the curve. We're streaming a game every day on Facebook Live at 5 p.m. as a way to stay connected to everybody. I wish all of you good health and good gaming. Stay safe.
All right.
All right, and we're back. So that's what all of those guys were up to.
Well, that's fantastic. Wow, there's a lot of people playing a lot of games, and it's good to see a lot of those people too. So thank you, everybody, who contributed. We really appreciate that. And, we'd always just love to see more and more people contributing stuff.
I see that my mother mentioned that she loved The Crew. She did have a chance to play that at Dice Tower West. So whenever you and your wife beat level 50, I would like to have said game.
Yeah, yeah, that.
Yeah, I'll be waiting a while for that, won't I?
No kidding. And I saw Ruel, man. He had a whole bunch of games piled up there. So I think a lot of people's stack is going to look like that after the end of this month, right?
I would assume so, if they weren't already that big. He also mentioned that he does some Facebook live streaming, I think nightly, with him and his family, is why he had a whole big stack of games. So it seems like he's trying to get games in all the time.
Yeah, and for a lot of people who don't know, Ruel, I don't know exactly what his affiliation with, but he, so let me see, Patrick Wells joined us, Scott Joshua Pepper joined us, so a couple of people more came in. Hello, guys, thanks for coming in. But Ruel was really active with Geek and Sundry. I don't know, what's the lady's name who hosts the current show now? Do you know?
The newest one is Becca Scott.
Becca Scott, yes. Yeah, so he's been on there quite a bit. He really does that a lot, and he was part of our staff at Dice Tower West. He's a fantastic guy. I wrote an article about Meepleville for Geek and Sundry a couple years back, so he's really great. So it's really great that he was able to participate. And Alex Owens, who used to work at Meepleville, haven't seen her in a while. It's so nice to see her, and her daughter there too.
I definitely see like the people that have the younger kids. I think far more of those people are getting more games to the table lately, just because everybody has more time to do that type of thing. So that's nice to see.
Yeah, and I wonder, that would be an interesting thing for people who have kids. At what age are they bringing them into, say, their games? Because, they made those games like My First Stone Age, My First Carcassonne, My First Ticket to Ride, things like that. But I wonder when they're making the transition to actually playing their games with them,
Yeah. No, I'm sure they're starting somewhere.
Yeah, now's definitely the time to do it. I saw Billy held up Visitor and Altiplano.
Visitor is kind of... Yeah, he had explained Visitor to me at one point a long time ago because he had saw it at Gen Con or something. I haven't had a chance to actually play that one, but I remember it sounding really interesting.
Yeah, it was really unique. It was a couple of years ago. I think Wayne bought it, and we all tried it there at Gen Con. It was really interesting. It's unique, and it was good. And Altiplano, of course, Orleans 2.0, saw that as well. And Chris was playing Gloomhaven with Wendy hidden behind the box there, I saw. So
speaking of Gloomhaven, obviously Frosthaven is now on a Kickstarter. I don't know if anybody saw, they did break the single day record. They got funded over $5 million in the first day on that Kickstarter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he was hoping for that as like a high-end type goal for that campaign. I think the original Gloomhaven only did like 3 or 4 million or something. But yeah, they went over 5 in the first 24 hours. So that game, again, is going to be huge. Another thing that I will mention with Frosthaven that's really nice that they're doing is they have a $1 pledge level that gives you full access to the pledge manager. So if you're at all interested in the game, but obviously with the current environment and don't want to tie your money up, back it for $1. Just let those guys know that you're interested in the game. And then, next year when we find out what's actually been going on, then you can turn around and decide if you actually want to put your money into it. But I thought that was really nice that they gave that option this time around.
Yeah. That's very good. That's really, really good. I see that Peter, all the way from Norway, I think it is Peter, Sweden, somewhere up there, has joined us. Thank you. Lorraine as well, too. Hi, Lorraine. Good seeing you guys. So, yeah, it's good seeing all these people jumping in. Yeah, Frosthaven's going to be huge. I think that's going to be a Target exclusive as well, right?
Well, I hadn't heard that, but that doesn't surprise me if that's the case.
Yeah, after Kickstarter. So
all those exclusive things are just weird, especially through some of like the bigger retail stores too. I'm just like, all right, that's what you want to do.
Yeah. No, exactly. So let me see. What have some other people been playing? I see.
Kevin mentioned Taverns of Tenethrall. I can't say the word right.
Tiefenthal.
There we go.
Yeah, that was a Wolfgang Warsch game, actually. The designer of Quacks of Quedlinburg and The Mind. So yeah, that was that's an interesting. Taverns is okay. Have you played it?
Yeah, I was gonna say like I didn't mind it. It was fine. Again, it falls in my big fine category. It just didn't really stand out to me. Like Quacks, I think had that step above. Like Quacks was just so interesting and unique, and just really hit some really good notes for me. And so I think that might be why I don't like Taverns as much. Is just it wasn't as good of a game as Quacks, which isn't fair to the game individually, but that's how it happens.
That's true. And I see Patrick. He said he played a 3-city 4-player Farkle game. Farkle's a dice game, right?
Yeah, Farkle's a dice game. I don't know if I've ever actually played it. And I know there's a couple different versions. There's like Dragon Farkle. I remember Will Wheaton did a whole episode on that. But yeah, I'm sure that's a pretty easy one that you can get. Everybody just needs a bunch of dice and just to show those dice on your camera kind of thing.
Yeah, and he said he played it on Zoom. And speaking of Zoom, why don't we just go ahead and say it now that after the show here, we're going to be going ahead. We're going to be playing on Zoom. So whoever would like to join us, we'll be later in the show. We'll be putting up a link where you can come and join us on Zoom and play Just One with us. And it'd be just great to see all you guys too.
Yep, we tried that. What day did we do that on? Friday? I think on Friday we got everybody together that we knew, and we kind of got a group of like 9 people, and we played like a whole game through of Just One through Zoom, and that was a ton of fun. We were laughing. We couldn't really show that video online because they're wrong kind of video, but
yeah,
we had fun.
It was a lot of fun, and not only was it just fun playing the game, but it was just really good seeing people again. You know, because again, it does get. Here's Chris Hayashida joined us. Hello, Chris. Yeah, it's just great, you know, getting people together, seeing again. So please come and join us afterwards. If we get, 30 people, whatever, we'll still do that with, as many people. Just be nice to have everybody. And again, I think a lot of people need to just get groups together, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I know Just One with 30 people would be pretty. Yeah, wouldn't work too well, but.
No, it wouldn't. I know, but I'm just saying.
And fun. We could just get a bunch of people talking on Zoom just to see how it works, and like I said, maybe you do some of your other trivia stuff. Some people talked about that being interesting to do.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's some other stuff we could try there.
Sure, absolutely. So we'll make sure before the end of the show we get that link up so people can come and join us. What else? Yeah.
It looks like Chris had joined us at Dice Tower West. That's where Chris knows us from.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, thanks for the compliment about putting on a good convention, and thank you for joining us. We had a fantastic time at Dice Tower West. It was really, really good this year. We did a video last week, Chris. I'm sorry, it's Christopher. I'm sorry, I should call you Christopher. I don't know, some people Christopher. But you can go watch the show from last week, and you can see it's a short little 2-minute video, but you might be in there. So check that out.
I probably look a little bit different than I did walking around Dice Tower. You probably saw me, Chris, but...
That's right, you had the big blue mohawk. So
I'm going to give Tasha the Discord link here really quick. If anybody else would care to join the Discord, it will be going up in the Facebook really quick. There we go.
Oh, you're using Guillermo's account, huh?
Yeah, I'm one of those people that I just don't have a Facebook. Never had one. So I'm also throwing a link up to our Twitch page. So Meepleville also runs a Twitch channel. It does this exact same type of streaming as we do here on Facebook. It's a little bit easier just to get up on Twitch occasionally. So if anybody wants to go follow us on Twitch as well, we might be doing some other side streams on there every once in a while.
Yeah. Again, it's just a good depot, right? A good meeting place for people to get together too, and all that kind of stuff. And Chris, that guy sitting over there, that's Grant, by the way, because Chris asked your name, so that's Grant.
Oh, hi, Chris. Yeah, again, had a big blue mohawk walking around Dice Tower West, so I'm sure you saw me at some point. Yeah, glad you came out. Where are you from, Christopher? Who do we have back in here? Tasha.
So let's see. We have a video from Corey, right? Because he was playing something this past week, wanted to show us.
Yeah, we can bring that on. So this is going to be kind of a spotlight video by Corey. Corey's going to share with us what he considers one of his favorite games. I don't necessarily agree, but Corey likes some good stuff. I'm sure that, again, I'm in the minority in all this, but let's throw this to Corey, and then we'll be back with you guys here for our next part.
Sounds good. Let's check it out.
Hello there, Meepleville people. It's me, Corey. I'm just living the quarantine life, trapped in my room, day, 14. I don't even know what day it is. But I'll talk to you guys today about one of the games I'm pretty darn good at, Twilight Struggle. Billy Durnmeyer challenged me to a Twilight Struggle championship back in the day, and I won. So I'd like to claim myself to be the Twilight Struggle champion of Las Vegas. If anyone doubts that, challenge me to a game sometime. Tim and Grant can give you the contact information. So let me first of all say some of the great things about this game, and then I'll say some other ideas about it. So this game, you basically reenact the Cold War. It's a 2-player strategy game. One person's the United States, the other one's the Soviet Union. You don't fight each other directly in the game typically, but the game sort of follows history in the Cold War, and you have influence that you spread around the world. You have little influency chips, and then I could take out the whole board, but it's a world map. And what makes the game pretty cool is there are all these cards that are the various events that happened during the Cold War. So, for example, there's a card called the Cuban Missile Crisis, and when that card happens, like, the United States is like, oh man, things are getting real. And then there's the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan, which kind of screws over the Soviet player, and the Vietnam War, which screws over the American player. So there really is a lot of cool history in this game, and you sort of reenact history, and events happen in a different sequence. And maybe the Soviet Union can win, you know? All you pro-Russian people probably love all that. So, yeah, that's definitely the good stuff about the game. I would say the bad stuff about this game is the rules are actually quite complex. It's definitely not an easy-to-understand game. There's sort of a lot of variables you got to balance in your head at the same time. And also, the game, there's some really, like, mandatory moves players have to make. It's sort of like a chessboard, but there's a couple spots in the board that really can win or lose the game for you. So it's not as dynamic of a game as I wish it could be, but as far as historically, awesome game. Gameplay, especially the first, 30 times I played this game, I absolutely loved it. But once you sort of master the game, it does have a set sequence, I would say, that isn't as dynamic as it could have been. But overall, thumbs up. Really good game for showing history. So that's my game of the day, so to say. So everybody stay safe. Peace out.
All right, Tim. So that was Corey with a look at Twilight Struggle.
Yeah.
Now, we happen to have noticed a small discrepancy with Corey's video in that he claimed he has won the citywide championship of Twilight Struggle, and there seems to be some contention from Billy here.
Oh, okay. So that was really about just him and Billy.
Yeah.
The store-wide championship. Well, I do remember that when they went at it, and they went at it hard.
See, Corey mentioned that they went 1-1 and then stopped playing. I think he posed it as like Billy quit so that he took the championship. But apparently that is not the case.
No, I think we should have an official Twilight Struggle game off at Meepleville to really see. But do you like Twilight Struggle, by the way?
Again, I mentioned it in last week's stream. That was one of the 3 games that Corey ruined me on. That I've only ever played it against Corey, who is apparently the championship Twilight Struggle player of Las Vegas, and I got destroyed, and it made the game very unfun. So I've never really went back to it on somebody at like a newbie beginner level to see if I would really enjoy it with somebody else.
Right.
Now, I've played some... Have you played other games similar? Do you know the mechanics behind it?
I do.
I've played some of the older ones, like Washington's War. Washington's War was another one that we went back and tried. A Few Acres of Snow, I believe, uses that same type of mechanic.
Okay.
That's the same kind of card-driven thing that you're doing.
Right.
Maybe those aren't exactly the same.
Like Battle Lore and like, what is it, like Hannibal and Hamilclaw or whatever, the top and bottom, like Memoir 44, they have the top and bottom parts too, don't they? Yeah.
I think so. So, there's a lot of games that do that, but...
Yeah, and they're coming out with Imperial Struggle. I don't know if you've read about that. So that'll be coming out soon, too. That is... I don't know about my history, so don't hold me to this, but I believe it's French and Spanish, maybe. But if anybody can clarify that for me. But, yeah, it's the same designers, too. Ananda Gupta, I think his name was, and Jason something. But yeah, they're coming out with Imperial Struggle, so that'll be great too.
Gotcha. Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So last week we had kind of talked about a few different like online resources for getting some games played. And one of the ones we happened to talk about was this Tabletopia website that people now see up. So as we had segued into this, we saw it popped up a deeper look. We're going to start talking about a deeper look at some of these actual things and show you guys how to fully play something on these type of sites. So we're using Tabletopia this week. If you can see on the top right of Tabletopia, I am currently signed in. It shows a little meeple up here. When you first come to this site, you will need to sign up and make a free account. There are different account levels. There are some paid stuff on this website, but there's a completely free option, and there are a bunch of free games to play on here. So both me and Tim have already done that part of the setup to get playing on Tabletopia. So the next part we would do here is we want to find a game to play. So Tim had suggested Santorini. I don't know how many people have played Santorini before, but it's this little game right here. To give you guys a really quick rules explanation of Santorini, you have these little figures that move around the board and are building different levels of the city, and your goal is to simply end up on the 3rd level of a city. We'll come back to that in a second. So once you have the game up here, you can see that you have 2 options on the right side of your screen. You have Hot Seat and you have Play Online. If you click Play Hot Seat, that's for people, if you have like roommates or family members and you guys want to play at home with Tabletopia, you can absolutely do that, and you would click the Hot Seat option. But for today, we're going to show you guys how to play with the online option. So I'm going to click Play Online, which will then take me to my own custom room. So from here, you can see that I'm looking for Santorini. This is a 2 to 3... Santorini. Oh my God. Santorini. Steve's just going to... I butcher everything. That's why I didn't even want to say Ruel's name last week. And I just make stuff up.
Yeah.
I want to keep saying it wrong just because Steve had to correct me.
Yeah.
Santorini.
Santorini.
Game up. This can host up to 2 to 3 players. So it's 2 players by default here. There's me and a vacant seat. I could add a 3rd player. We're not going to do that for today. So down here, anybody that sees my little room code could kind of sneak in really quick. But before that happens, I'm going to click invite players. And now you can see that I've made friends with Tim previously. It again shows that you're offline, Tim, but I'm going to click invite anyway. And hopefully Tim can refresh his page at this point and join our game. Did that pop up for you this time, Tim?
Yes, it did. I am there. I will go ahead and join the game.
So bam, right there. As soon as Tim click join game, we now have both of us. And at this point, we would click start game. After I click start, Tim on his side also needs to verify that he's ready to play this game with us.
Yep, and there's a big little green thing that says ready that pops up, so I'll go ahead and click that.
There you go. And now we're loading into actual Tabletopia. Just to let people know what this looks like once we get here, Tabletop Simulator that we had mentioned last week is very similar to this style of game. That this isn't an actual video game. This is more of just a collection of objects on the screen that we can interact with. There's no rules being enforced. If me or Tim do something incorrectly, that's on us. So there's some little how to control your stuff will pop up when you first log into these games. I'm just going to X out of that. But from right here, you can see my mouse moving around with the white hand, and Tim's mouse would be this little purple hand as he starts moving around. There it goes. And this is it. So I can come click on little figures, and I can click and I can drag them. So if I was playing the white player, these would be my figures here. As we play the game, we would drag out our pieces from these little bags. There's base pieces, mid pieces, our tops, and our domes. But we're just kind of clicking and dragging. If you don't know how to play, in the bottom left-hand corner down here, you can click on this little sheet, and this will bring up the full how to play guide. So it has the rules built into it if you've never played before. Over here, there are special characters that you can play with special character powers. We're not going to do that right now, but we will play a couple of turns just to show you how this goes. So if me and Tim were playing, we would come and put our 2 figures on the board. Tim, if you want to follow me along here.
Yep, I'm right there with you. All right, so I'll go ahead and put my figures on the board. Alrighty, there we go.
So again, in this game, the rules are one of your figures has to move. So there's me doing a move. And then you have to build an object. So I'll build a level 1 object. That would be my entire turn. And it would now be Tim. And this is as if we are sitting right there playing this game. He's moving and he's building. And this is it. We have full control. If Tim does something and I'm like, no, Tim, you can't do that, I could pick up his piece and, you know, stop somebody from playing him properly. But whoever is in here, this is who has control over what you're doing. And we would continue to go back and forth until the actual game is won. But that is how Tabletopia works. So anytime you guys go to play any game, you're going to have a setup that looks like this. All the components and pieces will kind of be there somewhere. And it's just kind of up to you to manipulate those pieces with your mouse. You can kind of move the camera around and all that to play these different games.
Well, Grant, I just wanted to show people something real quick, because just like you mentioned, very important, folks, because look, even though I could just keep doing this, because as Grant said, this is just, what did you call it, Grant? Just like a template or something? So there's really no, like, nothing that's like the game that sets the rules. So you can just do anything. So it's really important that each other, you have to really keep an eye on each other and what people are doing, because you really have to control the game, right, and follow the rules and play it correctly.
I'm now playing Santa Torini Jenga. Yes, I said that wrong again on purpose. But I can just keep stacking up tiles.
Oh, look, they're falling.
And yeah, so this is just a tabletop simulation type thing. It says if you had those pieces right there and you can do with them what you please. Hopefully you play an actual board game with them, but it's a pretty cool option. Again, there's a ton of these out there with really, really cool modules. I think in the video earlier, Crystal talked about that she had played Wingspan. You didn't see that part of it, Tim, but that was one of the games that she had played. She had played Wingspan on Tabletopia, and that has a really nice module with all the pieces that look really pretty and all that. So that one I think is a paid one, but that has a really nice module to play.
Right. I have to run and get my extension cord for my laptop, so just talk for a second. I got to plug it in. I'm going to run out of battery here.
We'll do it. So yeah, Chris, you're asking about zooming in on cards. You can kind of double click on anything. So these are the characters that the game randomly gave us, but I could also come over here, and if you see, when I mouse over this, it shows that there's 7 more cards left in the deck. I could actually pull out all of the character cards. And then from any of these character cards, I can double click on it. Same with these powers down here. You can kind of double click on stuff. And then as far as just zooming in, I could also physically zoom my camera in and show stuff that way. Yeah, there's more options on here than me and Tim are going over, but there's a lot you can do with these games.
Yeah, there is. I'm back now. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Let me see. Who do we get? We got Dave in here, Narati. So we got some more people joining us. Jess. So hi, everybody. Thanks again for joining us. See people in there. So that's good.
All right. Anyway, so that was a deeper look here at Tabletopia. Hopefully that gives you guys a better idea of what we were talking about when we were saying there was ways to play online. One thing this doesn't have is obviously the voice or video chat. So you would still want to be either in Skype, in Zoom, or even in just Discord, so you can actually talk with the people that you're playing with. This has like a little chat program down here. But other than that, you're not going to get a whole lot. So you do still want another option to connect with people.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So in last week we did talk about Discord. So you can go ahead and watch the video from last week. That'll explain a little bit about that. And if you can give people, I don't know, Grant, can you type it in the thing, like the link to join the Discord channel?
Yeah, we posted it a couple of times. We can throw it up there again, though.
Okay, yeah, very good. Yeah, as long as, I guess the more information we just can keep giving people, so that way they can make sure they have access to all the stuff that we're trying to share with them.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's check in with some more people here. I think we have Jen and Steve up next, talking about some games that they've been playing lately. And after that, we will move on to our next segment.
All right, here we go.
Hey everyone, this is Steve Bishop from Indianapolis. Hope you guys are staying safe. I wanted to just give you a quick list of the games Jen and I have been playing over the last couple days, week and a half or so. Welcome to is probably our biggest new find that we have fell in love with. And if you can see on this little picture, we played with this expansion, which is the Doomsday expansion. It is mostly geared for like radioactive Holocaust kind of stuff, but you'll notice that the protection equipment that they're using is very similar to what I wear in the ER. So if it hasn't been said enough, stay at home, keep yourself safe, don't spread this around and keep it lasting. Let's try to get rid of it in the next couple weeks to month, and then that we can go back to business as usual, playing board games with our friends and family and inviting people over. With that being said, Lost Cities is another two-player game that we really love. Wingspan is a game that we love. It's probably Jen and I's favorite game to play, honestly. And we've kind of tweaked our game or pimped out our game a little bit with some fun little pieces. Western Legends, we played that. We played it again with the Ante-Up expansion. That was a ton of fun. It was all the stuff that we played with, all the mini box expansion stuff. That was a lot of fun. Inuit is one of Jen's newer favorite games. We broke out an old classic in Terra Mystica, and I broke out the Fire Ice expansion, which I don't think I've ever played with the expansion stuff. But that was a ton of fun. We really, really like Terra Mystica. Pulsar 2849 was taken off of our shame shelf. Yay for us. We got to play that a couple times and really, really enjoyed that. One of Jen's favorites, Quacks of Quedlinburg. We broke that out. We played with some different new ingredients that we hadn't played with before. Paladins of the West Kingdom. Love this game. This is one of the heavier games in that kind of series that we really, really like. So we got to play that a couple times. And then on the phone, Jen and I both downloaded the Takedo app, played that a few times. Gone Schön Clever, and Doppelt So Clever. CATAN, of course, we play that occasionally. Lords of Waterdeep, I got my sister to download that actually and crushed her a couple times while playing that app. And then, so we've just been staying home, staying safe. I've not had to work for the last couple days, so it's been really nice. Although that changes tomorrow when I go back for a long stretch. So, thanks, guys. Stay safe. Stay home. Take care of yourselves. Be healthy, okay? Thank you.
And we're back, Tim.
All right. Well, that was good to see Steve. He and Jen have been playing a lot of games I see at home, so that's very good. And again, thank you so much, Steve, for sending in that video, as well as Corey and everybody else who sent in stuff to contribute to the show. I saw Alex joined us while we were gone. Thank you, Alex. That's Alex Owens. We have so many Alexes at Meepleville, so we have to clarify who that is. But again, we really appreciate everybody who submits stuff. And anybody else, please, as you can see, even if it's just a little, 10-second video, send us something. Send us a little segment, something longer, detailed, whatever you like. This is for you and about us as a community. So anything that you guys send in, we really appreciate it. And thank you so much. And just be great to have more stuff.
Absolutely. Later in the show, guys, both mine and Tim's email will be back up on the screen. Send us anything. I'll take any ideas you guys have for segments, stuff like that, videos. We'll get them up there. We'll get them out there. As much fun as it is sitting here talking to you guys, we want to have this be more for you, as Tim just mentioned. So anything you guys can do with us, we want it to be for you guys, not just us up here talking.
Yep, absolutely. And so what we're going to do now, guys, this is something pretty interesting. So this is not really something we talked about ahead of time, but Grant and I, we wanted to see what each one of us thought were the most played games at Meepleville.
So, all right. And there was my beautiful little blue mohawk, in case anybody didn't get to see it at Dice Tower. So Tim and Grant's top 5, and as he said, the top 5 most played games at the cafe. I do have to feel like my list is going to be kind of cheating, because I force so many games on people. It's more a list of like, which games have I made people play the most. There's at least 1 or 2 on there that wasn't that, but
right.
Yeah, there's a handful, especially the one I'm going to start with is from that.
Now, let's just clarify. This isn't necessarily a top 5, so we're not really going in order. This is just a group of the top 5 games, right? So that we think.
I tried to do it in order because I think it's funny that both are. We had some matchups later on, but okay.
That's true. Okay.
All right, here, Tim. I'm going to start you off, Tim. So, Tim, what is your top 5 for games you've seen played at the cafe?
Okay, well, let's go with number 5. I'll do my 5 first, and you'll do your 5. Okay, so what I think is the 5th most game. I don't know if anybody wants to chime in here, put what they think is going to be on first. Oh, I see people liked our heads. So they do that. But let me see. I think the 5th most played game at Meepleville that I've seen is Settlers of Catan.
And that's fair. And that's fair. There is a lot of people that still come in and play that game. Can't say that I'm a massive fan of it, but yeah, it holds so much weight in the gaming world. Everybody knows that game. Everybody knows that name.
It does. It does. And it's one of those kind of games that I think is one of the games that everybody should know once they're getting into this kind of world of gaming. And to be perfectly honest, this was kind of like my first as far as the Euro style game. So it kind of, yeah, it holds a special place to me.
And that's fair. And then over here for my top 5, I went with QE. I don't know if anybody knows QE. And again, this is one, it's solely on there just because I've made everybody that I know play this game. When I get random people come in, I've made them play this game. It's so quick to play, and it just has such a unique, interesting concept and game mechanics that once somebody's played it, usually I'll teach a group how to play it once, and then it's going to get played 2 or 3 more times by that group.
Yes. QE is one of those games, like when you kind of like break it apart and analyze it, it probably shouldn't be a good game, right?
Yeah, I mean, for as simple as it is, it's just a really basic, just do this thing, and that's it.
Yeah.
But
it is phenomenal.
So much fun.
It really, really is. I mean, everybody who I've played with, like friends outside, I brought it to, they've all bought it, they all have it. It is just such a really, really good game. All right, so
Tim.
let me see. Number 4. All right. This might be surprising to a lot of people. I haven't seen anybody mention it. And, okay, anyway, my number 4 game that I think is the most played at Meepleville is Betrayal at House on the Hill.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong here. This is a game you still have yet to play yourself, Tim?
Grant, you outed me. You weren't Yes, I'm actually I'm actually kind of embarrassed about that. I need to play it. I want to play it because it gets played so much, and what people seem to really, really love it.
And this is one that I'm looking forward to. They announced a Scooby-Doo version of this game, which is probably some of the most on-point theming I've ever seen in a board game. And I cannot wait for that version of it.
Yes, that's right. I did hear about that. So that should be really, really cool.
Because there is a D&D version, which, again, it does make the game slightly better to a degree here and there. And so the people that are fans of Dungeons & Dragons have something more to go on, like just a fantasy version versus a horror version. But that Scooby-Doo retheme just keeps that creepy haunted house mansion going. And I think they're going to kill it with that version of it for sure.
Absolutely. But when we get back, you got to promise me you got to show me that game. I need to play that game.
And again, it's probably not one, just like how you gave Gloomhaven a try, and you were surprised it was better than you thought it was going to be. I don't think Betrayal is going to be that much of your kind of game, because it's really imbalanced. It's not something you play because it's good mechanically. You 100% play it just for the experience. It's an experience type of game. So as long as you go in with that mindset, you'll enjoy yourself.
Oh, I'm sure I will. I'll definitely go in there with an open mind. Unlike, like you mentioned, Gloomhaven, I went in with an open mind because I really had this block to it. I was like, I'm not going to like it. I went in with an open mind, and I loved it. So I will do the same thing with Betrayal. I will go in with an open mind. Yeah.
Then you'll have some fun with that one.
Yes.
Over here for my number 4, this is one that I rarely recommend, but do see it played all the time, and that is still Splendor. But even with Century coming out, I think Splendor just was first in the market, just has that bigger name attached to it for that entry-level engine builder. We have the little mat. I think that's why Splendor sticks out so much in my mind, is anytime I see Splendor being played, I'm always grabbing our playmat, and everybody's just so happy to have, like, oh, you have the little playmat, so I get to throw that up on the table just to help the enjoyment of getting to play a game at the cafe type of thing.
Yeah, Splendor is such a good, solid game. Whether it's at the 2, 3, or 4 player count, it just plays so well, and it's just a good, solid game.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, Yeah, and it's one of those kind of games, to be honest, anytime I teach people who have never, heard of it, seen it, and really aren't in this kind of Euro gaming world, when I teach them Splendor, they kind of, it's like, right? It's like a mind-blowing moment.
Oh, absolutely.
They just love it, and they end up playing it like 2, 3, 4 times, like all night. So really, really good.
Yep.
Okay, so here we are. I'm going on to number 3, right?
You're going on to number 3. Really quick, Stefan just joined us, saying hi to everybody from Meepleville. Great to see him in
hey,
here.
Stefan. Hey, and if anybody doesn't know, Stefan is the COO of Yellow USA. Hello, Stefan. Great to see you. Hope you're doing well out there in Goleta, California. So thank you for joining us on the show.
Okay, now on to your number 3. What do you got going this time, Tim?
All right. Now, again, this is a game that we have to give a lot of credit to, okay? Because it has brought so many people into gaming. It has got so many people into gaming. It is so immensely popular. It's not one of my kind of games at all. At all. But number 3 game I think been played the most at Meepleville is Cards Against Humanity.
Yep. I can't say that I've definitely played it a lot. I've gotten my enjoyment out of it. It's probably a little more towards my side of stuff. And I do think when we say Cards Against Humanity, we're probably including all the different versions or types of games like that, because the different ones just get to the table all the time. The what do you mean, red flags, joking hazards, all of them get played a lot. And they're all basically the same type of game with their own little twist on it kind of thing. So, yeah, no, definitely not a game for everybody, but it's still one. We have such a younger crowd at Meepleville too, so when the hardcore gamers and then all the casual people still love these type of games, and that's great to see them doing something. If that's their way to get together and have fun, more power to them, enjoy what you're doing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But again, I do rightfully so give credit to Cards Against Humanity, because I guess especially right with a lot of the college crowd and all that kind of stuff, and how they did the print and play and all that, they just really got so many people into gaming. They did. It's great that they opened the gaming world to so many people.
Absolutely. And I don't remember if you remember the article I showed you. They also opened up their own board gaming cafe up in Chicago that looks amazing. If anybody's ever up in Chicago, once this is all over with and we can travel a little bit more, go check out their board game cafe, because it's gorgeous looking in there.
Oh my goodness gracious. It's phenomenal. I mean, those people at Cards Against Humanity are gazillionaires.
Now, they don't have the Meepleville community, so I think we still got a leg up there. Right, everybody? Right? They can have all the pretty lights they want.
That's true.
We got the better community out there.
Yes, we do.
How
about you?
So on my number 3, this is another one that's probably one that I force on people, which is why I know it's just been played a lot. But again, the reason I force this on everybody is I don't think I've ever had somebody disappointed with this game. If there's a group of people playing and I'm like, hey, let me show you a game really quick, and I show them this game, they instantly have fun with this game. And that is Just One, as we mentioned that we are going to be playing after the stream today, that if anybody wants to join us. Just One is just an amazing game. If anybody hasn't had a chance to play this yet, come play with us on Zoom sometime. Like, we'll show you. You don't need anything more than a piece of paper and something to write with kind of thing, and a way to see everybody else's what they're writing down. Just a great game.
It is. Just One is so simple in concept, but it really is a good, and it's cooperative too. So it's really good that there's a lot of these more cooperative games coming out there, right? That people can play together to try to beat the game together. And I like how they put that sort of barometer, right? Because you put out the 13 cards, and it's just a matter of how well you do out of those 13. So it's really good, really, really good.
And I think I can honestly say, when I personally play this, which hasn't been a ton of times, but I've gotten a good amount of games in, I don't think I've ever gone 13 out of 13. Because just every once in a while you hit that one or two hard word, hard clue, and you're just like, oh, or you get the bad matching and lose some clues. So it's a hard game to do perfect at. Like, it always has that interesting difficulty to it.
Absolutely. Remember we were playing last week? Okay, so folks, there were 9 of us playing. And remember that one clue we did where there were I
I know what it was.
Oh, what was it?
So the secret word that we were trying to get everybody to guess was Subway. And the problem with Subway is so many people still want to make the Jared from Subway reference that we instantly lost 3 clues to Jared. And then, again, the next step, like, people stick with the Subway sandwiches. We had 2 people do, like, fresh. Me and you both did underground for the underground Subway. And we were literally left with 1 clue of sandwich. From sandwich, we did not guess Subway.
That's right. That's right. And that's how, even though you think that maybe more people might make it easier, but there could be that just like, when the stars align or however you want to call it. Yeah. That was pretty funny. Funny. But it is really a good game.
Yep, absolutely.
All right. Now, for our 2 and 1, I guess we should probably talk about them together, right?
Absolutely, yep. So both me and Tim picked the exact same number 2 and number 1. And funny enough, I don't know if you saw the comment, somebody earlier in chat already said the exact same 2 as soon as we discussed the topic. So number 2 here, I'm just going to reveal this little picture above both of us, Tim. And it is, of course, Werewolf.
Yes. Now, that does get number 2 because it's kind of Meepleville sponsored around when you came. We kind of, advertise and promote and all that kind of stuff. But 2 nights a week, and we have that diehard crowd that is there all the time.
Yep, and as soon as we had posted that event and started doing it, it has not happened a handful of times just from like random off weeks, but it's one of those things, especially on the Wednesday night, people always wanted to come in. Everybody knew what this game was. They've heard of this game in some fashion, and people would just come in and be like, I want to try it out. And exactly like you see on the bottom of the little picture I put up for up to 75 players, it was just so easy to host the game in back, and as people walked in the door, to be like, yep, go sit in back, you can get in on the next game, guaranteed. So it is a really good game for that, absolutely.
Absolutely. And you know who we do have to give credit to? We have to give credit to Dr. Steven, right? Because he was the one who really got kind of pushed it, because when we came back from the gathering last year, he really wanted to do it, and he started with the Werewolf Legacy.
Yep.
And that kind of started it off. And then we got Will, Werewolf Will, right? He came in and kind of took it over and really got it going from there, so we owe him a lot of credit too. And then it just kind of became its own little living thing.
Running games for us, so thank you, Anthony, for continuing to show up.
Absolutely, yeah.
Though he is saying to not do 75, which, I mean, come on, Anthony, like, if you're not going to play a 75-player game, why are you doing this?
Yeah. Oh, Val's here. Hey, Val, how you doing? Oh,
no. And there goes the stream.
She's Hill.
Where did our stream go? And it's back.
Oh, and it's back. Okay, good. Yes.
Cool. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know if that's just like my internet in general, or if that's just kind of everybody, since so many people, I know like Netflix is being told to throttle back their video quality because so many people are trying to stream stuff that the internet's actually getting overloaded in some places, which I thought was funny.
Yes. Yeah, it absolutely is. Absolutely is. All right. So yeah, Werewolf. And again, when we open back up and we get those people coming, let's keep Werewolf coming. It's a great communal thing. However, we do have to kind of say something, right, Grant? They're getting a little meta, right, with the whole Werewolf thing.
We do hope that when people are back there and we say, hey, we have new people for you, that people are just a little bit more aware and more catering to some of the newer crowds, because obviously when you play a game as much as they do, or as much as any of us do with some of these other games, you kind of get into your own groove, your own rhythm with things, and you forget that you had to start somewhere and you're just not on the same level. Kind of like how Corey destroys me at certain board games. If you don't start with the same level, it's hard to really get that enjoyment. So we just have to make sure we're dialing it back, because we want to keep bringing in more new people so we can get them up to everybody else's play level.
Yes, absolutely. But I want to just do a little side thing here, just for a quick second, if I could. So I see Val and Stefan are talking in the chat. I just want to talk about that real quick. So Stefan, so like I said, he is the COO of Yellow USA. However, back in 2007, he started the Las Vegas Board Games Group meetup here in Las Vegas. And I was there at like the first or second meeting, I think. And so Val she was there too right in the beginning, and that's how, you know, we've known each other since 2007. So you're talking, what, 13 years now? It's been that long. So it's so nice how even to this day that look at this. Here we are on a little Facebook live thing, whatever you want to call this thing, but we're still there, right? We're still friends talking to each other because of this love of games. So it's just a great thing. And again, thank you, Stefan, for you know, starting this whole thing, kind of invigorating it in me, because he's the one who really, like, you know, set me flying to the moon with all this board game thing with this, you know. And then Val has been such a good friend of mine. I haven't seen her in so long. I miss her so much. So hopefully we can reconnect and get back together. But yeah, it's just really, really great that this thing started with Stefan back in 2007 and has continued, and we still have those same people all intermingled, all still together in the community here in Vegas. So it's really, really good.
And I think it's funny. I think it's one of the greatest things about board game. It just takes that one other person. One person to show you something fun, to show you that different experience, to get you hooked on this hobby, to get you into it. There's not a massive learning curve. It's just one right person. That's all it takes, and then you have a new board game hobbyist for life kind of thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know, the thing about it is, you know how, like, because in going back a little bit, like Close Encounters of the Third Kind is one of my favorite movies of all time. And one of the themes in that movie was how, like, music is the universal language, right? No matter where you're from, everybody knows music. But I guess when you come to communication, I would say either maybe tied for first with music or maybe even a close second is gaming, right? I mean, no matter what kind of culture, no matter where you come from in the world, people play games, right? Whether it's kicking a rock, throwing a stick, or doing whatever, trying to hit something. People love games.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's really good. And I see Stefan talking innovation. he knows. He says that because he knows he can't play. Anyway,
so
we'll move on.
So moving on to number one here. We just had a very nice long conversation about bringing everybody together. So let's throw it to a game that's just about tearing everybody back apart. And everybody in chat has already mentioned it. It's, of course, Secret Hitler. This is the friend killer. You're going to start arguments. You're going to hate people lying to your face. But by far, one of the most requested, sought-after, played games in Meepleville, whether we're showing it to a group or people come in asking for it. Again, I think the only ding on this game is still the theme, that some people still are a little opposed to that, and that's completely fair. But mechanic-wise, everything else about this game, it is definitely one of the best social deduction type games. I do personally prefer this above Werewolf and some of the other stuff, just for the added mechanics, the giving you something to be deceitful about. Even playing at a higher meta level, you can still play with new people and enjoy yourself. So.
Yeah, you know, and you're absolutely right. I mean, but here's a little backstory, just in case people don't know. So, Secret Hitler was, I can't remember his name, but the founder, owner, creator of Cards Against Humanity, Secret Hitler was made by them. And they proudly say that everybody, their entire 100% of their company is Jewish. So I don't know if that lessens the whatever you want to say about the social ramifications of the name Hitler and all that kind of stuff. So yes, you're right. Unfortunately, they did that. I don't know if it's wanted to be edgy, pushy, who knows. But putting all that aside, I think you're absolutely right. And the thing I think it has in common with Werewolf, and I think why people like it so much, because I think we all have that little, we like to kind of lie, right? And be deceitful and try to trick people and be nefarious when it's like in a game setting like this. And I think that's one of the big enjoyments of a game like Werewolf and Secret Hitler.
Okay. For the most part, people don't go out of their way to lie to other people. That's just not something you typically or normally do. So I think it gives people that a good reason to kind of get to act out and do that part of something that you don't normally do with your friends or with other people.
No, exactly. That's exactly what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Because, yeah, in normal life, people aren't like that. But in this kind of setting with Werewolf and Secret Hitler, when you get to do that, you know, when you get to be sly and nefarious and stuff, people just, I think, really, really like doing that.
Oh, it's amazing. I still... this was one game we probably burnt ourselves out on. This was back before I worked there. We played a lot of Secret Hitler, but I can still sit down and play a game or two of it every once in a while and thoroughly enjoy myself. Again, whether I'm playing with completely experienced people or showing it to somebody brand new. I really like this one because this is one, if somebody's sitting there playing it at Meepleville, I'm in the lovely position of just being, hey, I'm going to join your game. And I will go sit down and play with almost any group that comes in there every once in a while because it's a quick little 10-minute game. Jump in, get to interact with people. So it's fantastic for that.
Yes, absolutely. Well, that's what we thought, again, out there. I don't know whether if you guys agree with us or not, but those are the games that we thought were the top 5 most played games at Meepleville. And again, it's probably changed over the years too, right? Because I remember when we first opened, it was Scythe, right? Every single night there was a Scythe game going on, so yeah. So it has changed over the years and stuff. However, there are still some games that we need to go back to, things we need to maybe do that we have at home. For example, playing cards. So what I've done is this is a solitaire game. Now, I think most everybody knows the basic solitaire game where you put out, I don't know, what, 6 or 7 piles of cards and stack them up, and you have to do like sequential, right? Red, black in order. But this is a solitaire game I don't think a lot of you know, and I think is one of the better solitaire games because it's a lot of strategy, a lot of deep thinking, and I must have played it at least 100 times. I've only beaten it twice. So yeah, I'd like to go ahead and show you guys this solitaire game with a deck of playing cards.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and show you what I consider to be one of the very best solitaire games. All you need is a regular deck of cards to play solitaire. So here we go. Just take out any random 4, 3, 2, and ace from the deck. This is going to go ahead and start your tableau for the game. Any random ace, 2, 3, or 4. Now what you're going to do is you're going to draw one card at a time, and you're going to build on the piles incrementally by their value. For instance, this is going to go up by single digits. For instance, the next card here will be a 2, then a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, and it'll end at king. This one's going to go up by 2s. So the next card here will be 4, 6, 8, 10, queen, ace, 3, 5, 7, 9, jack, king. This pile shall go up by 3s. Next card will be a 6, 9, queen, 2, 5, 8, jack, ace, 4, 7, 10, and again ending on king. Lastly, by 4s, next card will be an 8, queen, 3, 7, jack, 2, 6, 10, ace, 5, 9, and lastly, kings. So all of the piles should end up on kings. Now, how you play, as I said, I'll mix these cards up a little bit here. What you're going to do is you're going to draw the cards one at a time. And you're going to have a choice to place them on these 4 piles, on any one of the 4 piles you want. If you decide not to place a card, then you must place it below a card to start a pile. Now, for instance, I take a 3. Can't really be played anywhere, but you know what? I'll just put it here. Next is a 10. Same thing, can't play anywhere. I'll play here. Ace. Let's put it here. 9. It's going to come up there next. You can place it anywhere. Let me just put it there. King. Ha! You know that's going to be the last card in all the piles. I'll just put that there. Jack. Man, I'm not having much luck. Queen. Oh, again a king. That's not good. 10. Ah, here we go. So I could place the 4 here, right? Because 2, 4. The next card will be a 4. But let me put it there for now just to see what comes up next. Here's going to be a 3, 6, 9. I'm starting to get in trouble. So I'm going to go ahead and take the 4, place it there. Wow, this isn't turning out. Oh, another king. Not good. Ah, here we go. There's a 2. I need a 3 there. I need a 6 here. I need an 8 there. Wow, another king. Ah, here we go. So I can play the 8 here, which I will. Then it's 9, 10, jack, queen. I got my queens buried. Let's see if one comes up soon. Ah, here we go. Then king, ace, 2, 3. I got one there. I need a 3 there. Need a 3 there. 6 there. 6 there. 5. 8. Ooh. Nowhere. King, ace, 2, 3. No. Here we go. So let's see. I can play a 6 here or a 6 here. So this is going to be a 9 next or an 8. Oh, I'll do the 8 there, 6 there. Then I can take a card off, play an 8. Now you can only move cards over if, for instance, there was an empty spot. So if there was an empty spot here, I'd be able to take any one of these cards and move it over there. After that, all you're going to do is just going to keep on playing cards until you're able to get rid of the whole deck. And you just keep playing like that, and that is what I consider to be the very best solitaire game.
Hey Meepleville.
Hi guys. So today we just wanted to pop on and share a few of our favorite games. The first one we have is Secret Hitler. This is going to be your party type game. You can play up to 10 people. One of our favorites.
Well, we got Curse Court. Plays up to 6 people. Kind of a little betting game. You bet on characters and what cards are going to come up.
And then we have Raccoon Tycoon. This is another great game. I would recommend playing 3 to 4 people. It's going to be a town development game.
And then we got Scythe. Scythe is kind of a bigger game. We learned it in Meepleville. A lot to go into it, but one of our favorite games.
And then one of our first games that we purchased from Meepleville is going to be Gaia Project. This is going to be your heavier Euro game. Has tons of pieces. It probably takes you 4 to 5 hours to play, but it is a great game. So that's it. Those are a few of our favorite games from Meepleville. Yes. Thank you.
And we're back, Tim.
All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and answer maybe a couple of questions about the solitaire games. Chris asked about the name. To be honest with you, Chris, I do not know the name. I've just been playing this game for a long time, this solitaire game. Because, you know, again, the one that you play in the computer, you know, where you click, like I said, with the 7 rows, whatever, and you try to get them sequential, that's just kind of, you know, tedious after a while. I mean, it's the same thing. It's not that hard to beat. You know, you play it a lot. This one, like I said, I've played at least 100 times, and I've only beaten it twice. So it's very, very good. It's very, very hard to beat. So, again, please give it a try, and let me know how you guys do. And then we went right into Kyle and Megan.
Yep, that was Kyle and Megan. They were just going over some of their favorite games. Not necessarily, I don't think they've had a chance to play those games recently, but that was just a collection of their favorite games that they had played over the past year or two at Meepleville. Just really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna go ahead and try a little something different, right, Grant?
So yeah, let me show a quick little video, Tim, and then I'll explain what we're doing, and we'll go from there.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, so this is Meeple Talk, Tim. This is our radio / podcast / live stream video show that we kind of are going to invite anybody that's in chat to come talk with us live. So, any of you guys that are out there, the Discord link is on screen again. We've been posting it in the comment. I'll post a different link in there one more time. If you would like to come talk to us, we'll try to limit this to like 2 or 3 minutes max per person, so we're not just sitting there chatting a bunch. Go ahead and join the Discord right now. And then in Discord, there's numerous different voice channels. One of them is called The Waiting Room. If there's something you'd like to come talk to us about, just go sit in the waiting room. And as we get people in there, I will pull you into the actual Discord part that me and Tim are in. And we'll sit there and try to talk with you guys live on stream. If at least somebody could join just to test this out for us, even if nobody else has anything they'd like to talk about. I think this is Chris. All right, we are going to go with Chris.
Absolutely, yeah. Give this a try. Well, the people... Are you there, Chris?
Yeah, I'm here. I just was in to test.
Oh, there we go. Can you hear both me and Tim okay, Chris?
They can, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. I'm hearing something in the background. I'm hearing some kind of feedback, though.
Yeah, the next thing we need to tell people is when you join us, if you could mute the live stream.
Sorry, hold on.
No worries.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, it's just I had my computer on and I clicked on the link at the same time that the phone was still running the video.
All right. Well, hi, Chris. Thank you so much for being so active in the show. We really appreciate it, and thanks for joining us.
Oh, hey, no problem. I just did this. I happened to be at a computer. I wasn't expecting to actually be called on. So.
Yeah. Are you?
But
are you and your family doing okay through all of this?
Yeah, we're doing okay. Actually, our daughter's at an internship in New York, so she's like kind of in the middle of the thick of it over there. But Patricia and I were fine in LA. Yeah, and everyone's safe and healthy right now, so we're thankful for that.
Good to hear.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, we're been doing some more online gaming. We actually had a Codenames game with my local game group down here on Monday, using one of these websites that was up. But the fact that you guys were showing off Tabletopia and we're looking at Board Game Arena and Tabletop Simulator to try and get the group back together since everyone's sort of locked away. But, it's great that you guys demoed that. Yeah.
Now, when you guys when you played Codenames, you said you used one of the websites that already had it built into it, or did you guys kind of do your own thing through like video chat?
It was actually let's see if I can find the link. Someone actually found a link on Reddit, and the website was called. Let me see if I can find it here. I think it was called horsepaste.com. Let's see if I can scroll back and actually find a link and put it. But it basically what happened on someone found it from Reddit and then posted it on here, and we tried it out. And it's a simple implementation where everyone's looking at the same website, and you can basically just when you click on the link or something like that, it'll change the board for everybody.
Very nice.
And it has a special toggle switch, so if you're one of the two code masters.
Yeah, you can look at a special screen. Well, if you do happen to find that link, go ahead and just throw it up in the actual Facebook chat. You don't need to worry about throwing it up here on Discord or anything.
I just want to make sure that the main site is actually get you to the right landing page. Okay, here we go. I will do that right now. Yeah, but it's a great implementation. It works pretty well, and it's pretty forgiving. I don't know if everyone knows what Codenames is. It's basically a grid of words, and you're trying to give a hint to your team to pick your words, but not the other teams. And then there's a word that if your team picks it, you automatically lose. So I'm pretty sure everyone's probably familiar with the game. But
we're gonna assume most of the people that are, if they're following our Facebook page, they probably have played it or seen the game at least once or twice, type of thing. We might have a handful of people that aren't huge board gamers, but Codenames is pretty well known at this point. But yeah, no, it's great that those type of things exist out there, that there's so many different ways for people to still interact and play those type of games that they love together. I had seen some other people that played it just using Zoom, and they just, one person set up a grid of cards, and then they emailed out the clue cards to the specific clue givers so that they each had their own card to see, and then they just played through video chat. So even if you don't have a program to use, that was still another one that you guys can do.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. Okay, so I just found the chat again.
Okay, and let me ask you something, Grant. I just want to make sure, so people who are following us on Facebook still with us, they can hear everything, right?
They should. If somebody in Facebook chat that wants to confirm, you guys can hear Chris talking just fine. You can hear me and Tim still, correct?
Horse paste. That's not funny.
Yeah, it is. But I guess it's just some site that this guy built up, but it's a really solid implementation. I was quite surprised. We played 3 or 4 games, I think. And,
awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
Just to kind of catch up with everyone too. But we did the voice part over Discord, so that was
and that's kind of what we were saying, is that even if you are using all these online gaming options, you're still going to want to use a Discord or a video chat service to actually talk with your friends and make it a little bit more personal. So
yeah, absolutely.
Anyway,
well, Chris, we really appreciate that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, cool. Well, it's great talking to you guys, and yeah, this is way higher production. I just expected to sort of see 2 people talking. You guys have videos and everything. This is amazing. So it's really entertaining.
We're trying something.
Yeah, and let me go ahead and say this again. First of all, you don't see him, but you see in the comments there, Jess Rod That's Jesse. He's been a friend of mine ever since we opened, and he's always done so much to help with videos. So he helps with the transitions of videos and all that kind of stuff. So Jesse, thank you so much. And then all of this, like you said, Chris, with the production, that's all Grant. So Grant's the one who is putting this all together, because I am so technically challenged. It's just pathetic. So all the thanks goes to Grant for putting this together.
Absolutely. I've been having fun doing it. It's been a learning experience. Next up, I'm going to assume this is Stefan joining us. So let's bring Stefan in here. Stefan, can you hear us? It looks like you are currently muted on your side, Stefan. Unless this isn't Stefan and just somebody else that has a big yellow, which would be funny. There he is.
No, that's me. All right.
Hey, Stefan, how you doing?
I'm good, and you guys?
Oh, we're doing well.
All right. How are things out there in Goleta?
It's sunny as in Vegas. We are staying home and good. Are you guys still able to sell at all, or you are completely closed?
Well, as of today, it was about 1 o'clock, I think, this afternoon, where the governor, Sisolak, put us on a 30-day kind of stay-at-home, shelter-in-place. So we had never really done that, to be honest with you, because I just personally wanted to kind of do the whole, not really social interaction thing from the get-go, but now it's kind of official statewide. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's the reason I'm asking is I want to do a little selfless plug, but it also to help you guys. For the people who are listening, if you go to yellowusa.com and you place an order on the website, and in the notes comment you write Meepleville, we will share the profit of all the sales with the store. We are doing this nationwide for all our retailers.
Oh wow!
Very
Thank
nice.
you, Stefan. That's very nice. Yeah.
And
so,
if anybody didn't catch that link, I just linked it into the Facebook chat. That was yellowusa.com. You guys can see that in the Facebook chat now.
Yeah, exactly. So
what
make
are some
sure.
of the hot games you got going on, Stefan, that you can tell people about?
Well, we just released. We did an advance release on King of Tokyo Dark Edition, which is a limited print. We did only one print run. It's available on the site. We also just launched Flying Goblin, which is a goblin placement worker game. So you are trying to place your goblin in the castle, but you are using catapult to propulse them, and it's pretty silly. There is the new Stay Cool from Scorpion Masqué, which is a very good party game, trying to multitask under a time clock. And then finally, we have Break the Code, which is a deduction game. You are trying to decipher a code by asking questions that's on the middle of the table. So those are all the new games. But we are extending the operation to the entire website. So whatever you buy on the website, I will deduct the shipping. We will ship it for free. I'll deduct the shipping and my cost of goods sold, and we'll split 50-50 with the store you name. So don't forget to put in the comment of your checkout, I want to sponsor Meepleville, and then I'll send you guys some PayPal and whatnot. We already gave away. We started like about 3 days ago. We already gave away $1,400 to game store all over the country.
Very cool. That's fantastic. That is so great, Stefan, and thank you so much. And I know also, since and maybe people out there don't know who are watching the show or now listening to the show, actually, Stefan is also the president of GAMA, which is the Game Manufacturers Association, and there have been a lot of other companies doing the same thing, helping out retailers through GAMA as well, right?
Yeah, that's correct. So if you go to gamma.org, you can see there is a news page with a store locator and also all the publishers who are participating. I know Atlas is participating, Fireside is participating. They are like, I've seen at least 20 of us, Japanime. So we all do different things, but the gist of it is that we are trying to, since most retail stores are closed, I did a survey to my retailer, my yellow retailer, and about 95% of the stores are closed in America right now. So we try to do everything we can to support you guys.
Well, that's very good, Stefan, and thank you so much. Yellow has always been a great supporter of Meepleville with games and product and all that kind of stuff. So we really, really, really appreciate your support. And again, like I said, We've known each other for what, 13 years now, right? Since
yeah, for 13 years. I'm so glad we've been through that together, and you help us with Yellow also, and so I'm really glad we are friends, and I'm glad to be part of your first endeavor on online thing like that. It's cool. I'm jealous. I want to steal some of your technology to use it for Yellow.
No, and this is our second, Stefan.
Oh, second. Okay.
You missed it, but this is our first talk show style. We're bringing people in, so thank you so much for coming in here. As Tim mentioned, Gamma, I did get a chance to play every single one of those games that you mentioned. Stay Cool is the only one that I'm just not very good at. Stay Cool, so that one wasn't super high up for me. But Code Breakers, King of Tokyo Dark, they were all really fun to play. I'm so sad the timing of Flying Goblins. Like, I saw it at Dice Tower and I saw it at Gamma, but we never had a copy, so I haven't actually had a chance to sit down and play it myself, type of thing. But that game looked super fun.
All right. Well, listen, thank you guys for inviting me. You are doing a great job, and good luck and good continuation. Stay safe.
Thank you so much, Stefan. Take care. So, do you have anybody else there in the channel, Grant?
No. Anybody else in chat currently want to come talk to us? Hey, we did a thing. I'm glad at least some people showed up and that it did work.
We did.
We can again, and we kind of just sprung this on people. So. But
yeah, that was fantastic. So what we're going to do, I just want to make sure anybody who wants to play just one with us, I am going to go ahead and see if I can't get that going now, and see if I can't get a link up there so we can see if we can get people. We can only really handle what, about 7 more people.
Yeah, so, if we're both going to be in there, if 7 or so people want to join us. Jesse, I saw that you just joined the other Hangout channel. Did you want to actually come chat with us really quick? Forget it. I'm gonna bring him in here anyway.
Yeah, but listen, real quick, because I just want to go ahead and really go over again what Stefan mentioned. That is so nice what Stefan with Yellow and these other companies are doing. They are all donating to the retailers. And so we appreciate, any of you who would like to buy games, since we're closed right now, and Yellow's line, right? I mean, they're known for their artwork, King of Tokyo, all the great games that they have, Bunny Kingdom are some of their really big sellers. Yeah, please go to yellowusa.com, buy some of the games, free shipping right to your door, and make sure you mention Meepleville. That will help.
All right, Tim, I did drag Jesse in here. Jesse, how are you doing? I was talking to you a little bit last night.
All right. How are you guys?
Doing good, doing good.
Yeah, and just folks, so you know, Jesse, he's the one I mentioned, who does the video and a lot of photos. And again, Jesse's been with Meepleville pretty much since we opened, right, Jesse?
Yeah, I remember I just walked up into your place and just asked if you wanted to create some content.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, he's been really helping us a lot, been with us. And how about you? What have you been playing at home lately, Jesse?
I've only been playing Coup with my family since they're more into fast-paced games. We have played Rumble in the House a bit because also it's a fast-paced game, but usually it's Coup and then just older Latin ones like Loteria.
Loteria. We get a lot of people asking for that. I need to carry that in Meepleville. I've had quite a few people come in and ask for that, Loteria, yeah.
I've never heard of it.
It's like Mexican bingo, basically.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and Rumble in the House, that used to be a Yellow game, actually. Funny or not. I teach that to a lot of people, or at least I used to teach that to a lot of people, because that is a quick, good, simple game to teach a group of up to 6 people. So.
Yeah, it's definitely more fast-paced for my family. They like that. They don't want to sit down and try to learn everything.
Right. And it does have that kind of get you little added mechanic in there, right? Because that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to run from people and hide, but you're also trying to get other people. So it's got that bit into it as well.
Yeah, some strategy in it, and yeah, definitely people are just trying to knock each other out.
Yeah, and Coup's another great one too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you get bluffing the whole time.
Do you get a full like 5 or what up to 7 people is coup, or how many is it?
I think it's
6 maybe. Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you able to get the full amount up there to play that game?
Well, it's 5 of us in the house. You know, they
Okay.
say no more than 6. So we can get at that.
Yeah. Coup is one of those games. I've seen it. I know of it, and I can't say I've ever actually played it.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
It's like you're at each other's necks, screaming at each other. You're bluffing the whole time, making people believe you're something you're not, and yeah, it gets intense. Really fast paced, but really intense.
Yeah, that gets played a lot at Meepleville too. Coup does. Yeah, we've got 2 or 3 copies on the shelves of that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it gets played a lot for sure. That could have easily went on that played list. We just kind of picked and choose the stuff we wanted to throw on there.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Jesse, for everything you're doing for us and joining the show tonight. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys for letting me on, and I'm enjoying this a lot, so it's definitely fun.
Cool. All right, thanks, Jesse. I'm going to throw you back out of here. All right, so as Tim was talking about, anybody, if you guys want to play just one, feel free to email me, join us in Discord. I mean, if we don't have enough players show up kind of thing, we'll maybe try to do a post on Facebook and try to get this scheduled for an actual game night type of thing. I'm sure we can make that happen if we don't get it on tonight. But otherwise, if people show up and want to do a thing, we can absolutely make that happen.
You know what, folks? It's one of those kind of things, again, we're just really trying to do this, to keep the community together and to get people, seeing other people, talking to other people, hanging out, having some fun. So the more interaction, the more content, the more contributions we get from you guys, the more we'll do. So with this thing of just one is, if it's something that people want to do more and more on a regular basis, we can do it, or we can try other things. But again, it's just a great way to just hang out and laugh and joke and just have fun, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Well, Grant, I think that's about it for all we have this week, isn't it?
Yep. Again, we were trying some different stuff this week. Hopefully people liked what they did. Again, same thing that we asked last week. If you guys do have those other content ideas, feel free to email us. That's why the emails are on the screen right now. So whether you have a video, whether you'd like to come on and do a live segment, now that we have this Discord set up correctly, we can do just voice chats with anybody if you'd like to come on and actually talk. So anything somebody would like to see, we'll make happen on this. You just have to let us know what you want to do. Same thing if we want to see other top 5 lists. We just kind of picked one at random. If there's specific top 5 lists that people think you'd like to see, I know Tim mentions everybody does those, and they do for the most part, so maybe we'll try to come up with some other unique ones or interesting ones that we haven't really seen other people do before, just to try to keep some different information out there kind of thing. So please, if you have other ideas for that, let us know, and we'll keep going at it.
Yeah, absolutely. And what we'd like to do, because I know Grant's been working really, really hard to try to figure this out. It'd be nice to bring people in by video chat too, right? We try to figure that out so we can just drop people in and maybe see people with video.
And I did figure out both of those, Tim. So whether you want to join us by Skype, or Tim, I can make it happen where I can host an entire Zoom chat onto our live stream.
Oh, okay. Well, that would be fantastic.
So that would be separate than this, but yeah, we can absolutely make that happen now.
Good deal. So listen, again, before we go, let's just go ahead and let people know that this is a regular thing. I really want to thank Grant and make sure all of you thank him too for doing such a fantastic job with this, with all the production, all that kind of stuff. And thank you, Jesse, for all of your transitions and everything. But I'm looking at the calendar, and I noticed that next April 8th is Passover. So we'll still do the thing at the same time. So we'll just make this a regular thing on Wednesday. There may be some holidays, there may not. After that is the 15th, which is tax day, but has been deferred and all that. So yeah, it's a date. Next Wednesday, 5 p.m. Pacific time, we'll be back with Meepleville Live.
Okay, and again, if anybody wants to come join us, come play a game. And otherwise, we'll talk to you guys next week.
Yep, Tim at Meepleville.com for just one at 7 o'clock. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for contributing. And be safe, stay home, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.